And we got SpeCial. He's going for the same thing he did in the previous game. It's a proxy starport, and I think this is going to be proxy BCs again. No, he did go for the liberator on Neo Humanity. And he actually got some decent work done with it. Like, I think he killed a couple drones. He denied mining time. He got some good work done for sure. And you know what? It is entirely like I said that for sure DRG has checked the VODs, but maybe he didn't have that much time. You know, maybe he was focused a little bit more. I don't think that's the case. I'm pretty sure he probably looked for it. Oh, just barely getting the depot raise there in time. Meanwhile, a couple of drones are going to fall. Yeah, it's the liberator in the main base that is the culprit. Getting 4 drones, nothing really happening at the front, but a little bit of a distraction and a fair bit of lost mining time. Not bad on this liberator. And if you consistently micro it, which we know that Juanito is capable of doing, it can be really strong. Now, here's the problem. Yeah, DRG, he knows it was too fast. DRG, he knows it's Mech. Now we get to see a Mech player from... Man, SpeCial's floating a lot of money. And he's supply blocked. Oh, boy. His macro is not doing fantastic right here. But there is not a lot of defenses here. With the couple of Blue Flame Hellions... Actually, hang on. He hold positions. Nah, he's going to be fine. The SCVs, he does respond in time and they get back into the fight. But it forces the Battle Mech Squadron back home. And that gives a little bit more time for DRG. He's now got his second Evo chamber researching the attack upgrades. Oh, I much prefer this. Yeah. I would have loved to see like 6 roaches, 3 into the main, 3 into the natural. But I'm good with this too. I'm good with just, you know, getting right up into the main base. Because at the front line, that's where your reinforcements are rallied to. You know, that's going to get dealt with instantly. But if a big fight I would have loved to have waited till there was a big fight. Or, you know, use this and then try and jump on the battle mech. Oh, preemptive scan comes down. But SpeCial not necessarily paying attention right here. He does try and smash into the front, loses a few lanes. The Raven will be very handy against these burrowed infestors. But there's no neurals, so they really can't do anything aggressively. They're going to be much better defensively. Oh my god, that's 2 scans used on this roach. And he didn't find it. Ay.
Nah, it's going to stay alive. And Steadfast, it's kind of interesting here. We see these Ravens come out. This is something that Maru has apparently been doing in his Mech games, where he's not going mass Raven. He's getting 1 or 2. And what this gives you, of course, is creep control. And it means you're not worried about burrowed units all that much if the Ravens are spaced properly. But also, it means that Zerg... Kill it, please. One more shot. Finally. 3 scans, 750 mineral... Or what is that? Like 600 minerals going down. But anyway, yeah, so you get the Ravens for the detection, right? For the ability to control creep. But the even more important thing is it means you kind of, every fight you have an anti-armor missile. It means the Zerg really struggles to fight. And yeah, SpeCial was realizing, okay, he's on 3 bases. He's got his 4th base on the way. It's time for it's time for the ghosts, right? It's time to have...
Oh, I'll hold that thought. We'll talk about it in a second. Oh, this does not look like a great fight here for DRG. Anti-armor missile is going to land on the army, getting... really shoving that back. That's a nice defensive setup here from SpeCial. And the thing about Mech, oh man, you said it before, this feels a little bit like Phoenix Charge Lot, where if you don't win the fight, you lose a lot on the chase. But what I wanted to point out, sorry about that barracks, didn't mean to cut you off, is the fact that he lost the barracks before he started up his 6th, 7th, and 8th factories. So now he's... There we go. Now, look at this. Okay, he could have started those a while ago, but that's actually going to really hamper his production here. Oh, we are going to see a fungal growth coming on in, but attacking up the ramp is not the wave. This is going to be a very expensive fight for the Zerg player.
And again, Steadfast, we're just seeing what they're talking about. You get the 2 Ravens, and yeah, I mean, he drops a scan when there are Ravens there, questionable. But they are strictly there for the anti-armor missile. And a Zerg that has a -2 armor, when it is a Zerg that does not get Carapace upgrades anyways against Mech, we see what happens. You cannot take the fight. Hellbats are actually... Hellbats end up being good against Roaches before that 3-3 setup. It just does not feel good whatsoever. So DRG, he's back to the drawing board here. He's got a Greater Spire just about done, adding in Vipers. That's going to be a great little bit of ling run by. This position for SpeCial in the middle of the map is terrifying. That being said, though, DRG, he takes the fight in the middle of the map here. Bailey's running into tanks. That's not really what you want, even as the tanks do get cleared up. This is expensive.
It is very expensive, but SpeCial left the tanks on their own, and that is a big no-no for a Mech army. Now, Fortunately for Special, DRG did not get the final corrosive bile to take down that 5th tank, but getting the tank count as low as he did, he set the tank count to just 2. Special, with the loss of those SCVs, the loss of the mining time at the 3rd, he just took a huge hit to his economy and his production. And DRG, he is really cruising here. Something else, usually by this point in a Mech versus Zerg game, the Terran's already on 2-2. In this case, he's got 1-2, but his +2 attack is still a ways away from completing. That's a big power spike for those Mech units. I am feeling not too great about this for Special, but this army is all clumped up. We do see that anti-armor missile landing once again, and the Hellions they're gonna benefit a lot from it. But I think the lack of the +2 attack is really hurting him here. And DRG, he will get driven back. He's gonna lose actually quite a few of these units to the Cyclones. As Special transitions back into the Cyclones here. He's really cleaning this army up hard.
And Steadfast, remember, you're talking about this missing +2 attack. In this Mech composition is he wants to make extra sure that he knows what's happening on the right side. But you talk about this composition, actually +2 armor is by far the more important upgrade, specifically because this is such a spellcaster damage army. Yeah, attack upgrades for tanks and for Hellions are great, but let's be real. What's the important unit in this army right now for Special? It's the Cyclones. Cyclones,
yeah.
They don't benefit from attack upgrades at all. You just want to make sure they stay alive. And that did allow him to make sure he stayed alive. He was in a great spot. Bonus damage again for, well, the anti-armor missile just makes it a little easier. But now, does he have the tech to deal with these Broodlords that are coming out? If he gets lock on, sure, but Broodlords are siege units, Steadfast. It's a lot harder to actually get on top of them.
Yeah, and they're a lot faster than they used to be. DRG, we don't think of him as a super spellcaster Zerg. We think of him as a, mid-game Zerg. And it's going to be up to him to get some good work done with this. The Ravens could actually interference matrix these 3 Vipers. That might be the play that Juanito is looking for, and that could be a high-impact play. We're going to be keeping an eye on this. This is a scary-looking push from DRG. There they are. They're the interference matrices. He gets them down on the Vipers, cancels and prevents the blinding clouds. Big lock-ons onto the Broodlords, but the tanks are not sieged up. Special just did not siege up his tanks at all. He said he didn't want to. Fortunately, Special is going to do us the service of saying, you know what, Steadfast, you sound a little tired. You sound a little tuckered out. Let me just go for a proxy 3 racks and just end this game one way or another very quickly. Oh, this is very good. The only thing, if he doesn't realize it's a proxy 3, actually, never mind. He's going to see all 3 racks. Special didn't hide the 3rd. Wait, hang on. Does he?
He doesn't need to see the 3rd racks, right? The positioning of this tells you that it is a 3 racks. If it's a 2 rack, they're right next to each other, right? But because there is that gap and he sees that extra barracks behind, he's going to know. At least we assume he's going to know that this is that 3 racks. So DRG gives up the natural. He's building a queen on it, sure, but he's got a roach point in the main 2nd gas as well. And he's going to play for the retake. Because, this CSGO tournament happening on the other side. He's playing for the retake on the side here. He's not trying to go for the initial defense.
Yeah, and against the proxy 3 racks, that is what you want to do. Against the 2 racks, you need to hold that expansion. Against the proxy 3 racks, you don't. You absolutely do not. And yeah, no, you are right. He looked at this and he figured it out. 3rd barracks actually got repositioned to the top side from Special. Very interesting to do that. It kind of makes sense because it provides a bit of a sim city, but oh, now he's lifting one of the barracks to fly it home. Okay. Well, you know what? He's seen that there's no contest at the natural, so this actually makes a ton of sense to me. I think it's a pretty smart move. The one thing I'll say, okay, once you see these roaches, you've got to get out of the natural expansion pretty quickly. A lot of Terran players will make the mistake of sticking around too long. They lose too many Marines, and then they die to that counterattack.
Now, it's actually kind of interesting here, Steadfast. We've been talking about all the ramifications of the patch. We're seeing one right here. It takes so much longer for the Ravagers to morph, and actually great target fire there from Special on the... Oh, yeah, he actually knocks it down. And on one base, Ravagers are very expensive. They take, 12, 14 seconds to build. Bunker gets salvaged, and now DRG runs to run across the map, but he already lost a Ravager. He is...
Ramp?
Oh, he's gonna get another roach here, and you can't save him like this anymore. Damage on the, even if these Marines go down, damage on the Ravager like this is so key. What does Special have at home? 2 Marines running pell-mell back at home. There are already a full bunker.
Home.
Yeah, this is a great situation. What the hell do you do here if you're DRG?
That's a really good question. It's a super uncomfortable position. And I talked about the first barracks flying home. I thought that was an insurance policy against the, pardon me, against like some kind of weird, you know, counterattack, the Ravagers just running at you. What I didn't think about is what it just achieved with being able to dislodge that Overlord. Special, such a smart player though. He's always thinking about, okay, how can things go wrong for me? DRG, he does have the advantage on Dragon Scales that this third base is so wide open. We've talked about it all weekend. We've seen Zerg players really taking advantage of that. DRG, by the way, will confirm that his bio. If he wasn't sure, he knows for sure now. And I think he probably had a good idea since he was going for this 1-1. Oh man, DRG supply blocked again at 97. He does have Overlords, or sorry, 98. He does have Overlords on the way. So it's not going to be a brutal block, not like some of the others, but I mean, it's very clear that he's been significantly discombobulated in this game.
Yeah, not only that, he is losing so many of his supply structures. A couple Overlords have gone down right around the point where, you know, he doesn't want that to happen when he wants to pump a bunch of units. So it is a little bit awkward. And Special for now, he's got double medevac on the left side, pushing forward.
Move command.
But yeah, okay, so he's going to be able to pick these up. But still, Marines go down. That's a good start for GRG. Certainly, I mean, if we use that as a metric to how to get back in this game, it is... He needs to do that like 50 times. Maybe some bailing speed for bailing some more. For the, well, we're not going to see more Ravagers, for more creeps to spread. For DRG to put Lings on the map to counterattack into Special's third. And we're starting to see why this map is actually just so good for Zerg. You can't stop the counterattacks.
Yeah, especially not if you shoot your own SCVs there with the siege tank. We're going to see these Marines getting on in here. Is there actually enough for DRG to hold? Nice target fire on a couple of those Banelings there. They don't have speed just yet. And Special, if he just keeps kiting, he'll be able to take down these Banelings. 2-2 is still a very far ways away for the Zerg. Oh, nice target fire right there from Special. Grabs two of the Banelings. The Banelings are really the only thing keeping DRG alive at this very moment. And if Special can get all of them, do we have more Banelings on the way? We got two more about to pop. But DRG is, or pardon me, Special is doing a great job. However, it seems, oh man, the stims, they are really starting to take a toll. And actually, it looks like he stimmed everything to get across the map. Another huge stim out of Special. But Bane speed is still not done. These Marines, oh, now they finally get reinforced by this one siege tank. And this is looking like Special might just do it right here, right now.
A couple more Banelings are going to morph here steadfast. That's what DRG needs. And the supplies aren't even all that bad. Tank shot comes in, I think, maybe from the high ground. And yeah, okay, Marines keep running. Yeah, oh, that's a great tank position right there. DRG has to deal with it. It's so hard for him to take the engage. Natlings get on top of it, but he's got to stay away. Marines are going to arrive on the counter, but no, the tank does fall down. There's one tank here. And the Banelings get a great connection on the right side as well. So DRG, he seems to be holding on. And remember, he got like, oh, great hot save there on the tank, but even still, it's not sieged up anymore. DRG breaks the back of this push of Special, and he lost, what is that, 15 workers on the other side?
I still think I like Special's position, but considering he was a hair away from winning the game, it's not as nice as you'd like to see.
Steadfast, if you look at resources last year, it's actually not all that bad. It's 800 in favor of Special. So yeah, from that perspective, it's like, yes, okay, so DRG has, his economy's not maybe where it wants to be, but it's not like he's out trading massive Bailey connections as well, so Special is going to have to back up with those 4 medevacs. At this point, maybe the drop of the main base is going to find something, because DRG has just been playing lockdown defense. He's going to take more than some queens, though, as Special tries to get the spawning pool, knock down that adrenaline. It's not going to happen. That is a very low medevac. You got to get away from that.
And that is the low H or fully loaded medevac, lowest HP. DRG, if he puts a queen, like one queen on each corner of the base and is paying attention, he might be able to just knock that out of the sky and kill 10 supply. As it is, this is what, 15 supply that's just captive in the top left. Special, like we've been saying, his economy is still good, and there's no 3-3 yet for DRG. He did add on a few more drones during a brief lull, which is of course a great decision. But he does need to still find some more. It looks like the drop actually did make its way into the low ground at the natural, but Special takes the fight on Creek. Huge Widow Mine. Crouching Tiger, hidden Widow Mine, getting 7 Baneling kills right there. And, oh, well, it looks like this Spore Crawler with 2 kills. It killed both medevacs. Oh, that is an MVP Spore Crawler. Still, Special is starting to find some momentum on the left side again.
Man, Steadfast, DRG did such a great job of dealing with almost all the Widowmines, but is it that last one that got like 5 or 6 Banelings going down? Widowmines are going to go off once again. DRG running into a bit of a struggle here, but he's still going to try to run forward. It's not a good decision, and Special, again, develops his production. Adrenal is not done until right now. Vipers don't have their energy. Widowmines, again, they're going to try to go off. He kills his own Ravager with a Bile, and he's just not handling these Widowmines well whatsoever. Yes, more Banelings are going to get made, but Steadfast, there's no detection. There is nothing that prevents these Widowmines from just sitting here and finding value after value after value. Marauders are joining the army now, and we've been praising DRG's defense.
Nice Sunburrow.
How he's been able to make things happen. It's starting to seriously snowball in the manner of Special here.
That it is. This is getting really tough right here. We do have this Widowmine, goes for the Mind Drag, almost gets it, but not so much. Another one just narrowly avoiding the Mind Drag is Special. We do see some parasitic bombs taking down all the medevacs here, and that actually might be enough for DRG to maybe get out enough and hold this. But these Widowmines, they're so difficult to see on creep. You need that detection in order to be able to take those out, and the minefield is so bad. Really nice splits from DRG against these mines, but that's a big mine right there. Liberators do show up, and there's only one Ravager left over. Oh, these mines. Oh, he's retargeting it. Retargets on the Queen. I think I would have preferred to see the Banelings getting killed, but it's going to be fine regardless. He gets the Spore before it can provide that detection. Overseer's finally showing up 16 years late. Oh, wow, another nice Mind Drag, but another big Widowmine behind it. This game is so
Vipers?
Razor's Edge.
Oh, Widowmine on the
one
backside.
Viper does die.
Yeah. Well, Liberators and mines kill a Viper. That should never happen. And look at the supply now, Steadfast. It's 30 army supply up. DRG's economy's fine, but the resources lost here is starting to get really bad. And let me tell you a story. It's 3-3 bio, 2-2 Ling Bane. That is a story as old as time. It is the inflection point, and it is starting to really work out well here for Special. Even with the Adrenal, this base is going to get broken, and 81 drones, who cares? Because DRG does not have the bases to mine out of it once again. Their mines are, they're going to kill Broodlings. That doesn't do much for you. But it seems like we talked about DRG breaking the back of Special's push. DRG, well, he suplexes himself and his back gets broken on the backside. This is a Special that is looking like he's going to drag us to game 3.
Big problem. By the way, Special finally realizing he does not have that concussive shells upgrade in the late game. Something that is actually super handy against Ling Bane, and specifically Banelings, when you're going for a heavy Marine Marauder mine composition. Being able to slow down those Banelings, and even sometimes slowing down the lead Zerglings that might be going for mine drags, that's actually really handy. And we've seen DRG has gotten some pretty clutch mine drags. Anything that makes the engagements more complicated is obviously a good thing for the Terran player. Well, makes more engagements more complicated for the Zerg is a good thing for the Terran. We're going to see these Widow mines. Oh, they burrow. Oh, he did not have detection. He fortunately manually detonated those Banelings, but that was so close to being like another massive Widowmine shot.
Well, it is hard here for the Terran to find his way on the high ground. We're going to see parasitic bombs. Oh, these medevacts are so low, they're going to hot pick up. And Special's not splitting. Special, you got to split here on the right side. At least the medevacts are somewhat alive. No, it's got so many units. It's
6 HP just before. Still, it's DRG down 50 supply. And while Special is not able to close this game out yet, he's still been taking trades that have been good enough to keep the momentum up, and he's slowly but surely shutting down the creep all over the map. Now, we're going to see a lot of Banes connecting on creep. Once again, this has been a problem in this game. Special has taken a lot of engagements so deep on creep after he's cleared the creep spread out. As well, a lot of reinforcements have been kind of caught on move commands. He's doing a great job in this game, but the fact that he hasn't closed out is a really nice testament to the tenacity that DRG is showing. But some good spreads back here from Special are going to be able to draw the army back in, and he will be able to get he'll be able to get these Ravagers that have been a big nuisance. Does walk into a corrosive bile, but Widowmine's getting another Viper on the retreat.
And another one goes down from the Stim Marines. It's crazy. I'm looking at that fight. It's like, okay, supplies tells me one story. 100 army supplied at 50. That fight kind of told another. That was far more than DRG hit any right to get, but he did overextend a little bit. I think he was trying to chase Special to the point where he could bring his Vipers forward and punish all those medevacs and maybe make something happen with that, but you know, you run a little bit too far, and then the retreating minefield was just far too much of a problem. These Lings, they might run into something too. Baileys, they have to run past the Marauders, and those Marauders are over-stimmed, so it's actually a fairly decent connection even still. That being said, you're out of Baileys here, DRG, and that's kind of a problem. But the base is still alive, and the Baileys are going to get done in just a second. Vipers have energy once again. Somehow DRG is still kind of making this hold happen. It doesn't make any sense. It shouldn't be happening, and at the end of the day, it should push through. But the fact that I am questioning whether Special is going to break a base when DRG is down 80 supply is kind of bonkers.
Where is Special supply? Like, there's a lot of it coming across the map. He's got 15 mines just strewn about the map. So that's like 30, now 34 supply that was just all over the map.
What we should talk about, by the way, on Grestfon here on the left side, Special did go for the low ground buildings, but unfortunately, that means his reactor, his tech lab are going to be exposed.
Is this, wait, is this a real, did he, oh no, he went for the Raven. Yeah, this is a fake cloak. Okay. This is neat.
I swear we've seen more fake cloaks in this, in Katowice than I've seen in years. Like, you used to see fake cloaks all the time. Oh, let me fake it out, whatever. And then it just stopped happening because no one would, cloak is worth it for, in Legacy of the Void economy, it's always worth it to get cloak. It's not that expensive. And no one opens anything other than Banshees off a tech lab on the starport, right? He is letting this complete, or at least he's letting this last a good long time.
He's going bio though, and yeah, no, that was just a mistake. He just got the cloak. He just let it finish. That's really unfortunate. And he does have 3 Ravens though, setting up for auto turret harass. This is actually such a nuisance to deal with. I really like this play here. Ooh, nice job from DRG though. He's got these Lings in position, but having to deal with auto turrets dropping at like 2 or 3 bases at once is really annoying. I'd actually like to see the, oh, we are gonna see how many drones go down. Oh, the Hellions pairing in with this.
That's actually massive here. How many are they going to get? 6 workers go down. Great actually response here coming in from DRG. Yes, he loses 8 workers, but it felt like that could have been so much more as now Raven comes in from the left side. No Lings in the main base, though. Drones are going to get pulled in time, and it's going to be another dead worker. This is, again, significant economic damage coming in from Special. And again, I kind of like the situation he's in. Like, yes, getting cloak isn't great. It's expensive if you're not going to do anything with it. But it feels like DRG is playing this as if he thinks Special is meching it. I mean, fair, he got 3 Ravens. We have 1-1 ranged on the way. We have a very quick infestation pit. But it's bio from Special. It feels like the timing he's going to hit with like 150 supply is going to hit like a sledgehammer.
Yeah, it feels like it could be particularly strong, especially with the 1-1 upgrades. Ooh. DRG. Okay, he gets on top of this pretty quickly. Only loses 1 drone and a Zergling there. Did we see infestors? Yeah, we did. We saw 2 infestors being added on here. This could be very scary for Special if he's not prepared.
I mean, he's got 2 Ravens. He can just shut them down, right? That's what those are for, clearly. But the push comes out here. Files are, well, Special's actually just going to stim right on through it. He's got vision. Auto turrets on the right side trying to snipe something. The Fungals, well, they're not going to go down just yet. Auto turrets don't get anything. In fact, both Ravens, one gets very low and one goes down. So, fun idea there from Special. He's going to have to back up. This didn't work.
No, I don't want to be too critical of anyone, especially Special, who I'm a big fan of. I don't understand what those auto turrets were about. I don't think they had any potential to really add any value to the fight. Whereas I do think, unironically, that the interference matrices on those infestors could have been much more high value. Instead, he kind of loses a Raven for free. Now, this is a nice Doom drop into the main base. There's not a lot here. A lot of Queens, but the Spore is not well positioned. Queen's going to get gunned down. Great move from Special moving into the main base here. He is going to find all 4 Queens, and we'll get some pretty solid trades against these Lings and Roaches. And as long as he gets out of here as the overwhelming force shows up, he's gonna find himself in a nice position. No, don't lose the medevac. He's focused on the front line. Will actually kill off the 4th base here. And there's a lot of siege tanks. Ooh, but the fungal growths.
Oh, that was
still. This is so good for Special.
That was a great dodge on the second fungal. Just nothing came of it. Roaches Ravagers trying to get on the tank, but there's a line of tanks here. So DRG is actually, he's just not about to. He is going to lose that 3rd base. It's going to go down. And now it is a 3-base Zerg versus a 3-base Terran. Special adding on, well, he has the 4th command center, adding on those 3 additional barracks afterwards 2-2 halfway done, but this might just be the death push here. Special sitting up 40 supply against a Roach Ravager player. The Infestors get nothing done. They run by, and Special keeps his hopes alive. Steer Team may have